My dad has always been a tinkerer. He likes doing stuff with his hands and figuring out how to fix things. For instance, I don't remember him ever taking any of our cars to get an oil change when I was growing up. That was just one of those things he sort of enjoyed doing on his own. And over the course of a few oil changes, he would slowly fill up this large metal container with the used oil. And this stuff was dirty. I mean, filthy. It was basically sludge. And eventually, he would take that to get recycled, but in the meantime, it sat along the outside wall of our garage underneath the eave. And my brother and I, we were given strict instructions to keep our distance. And we did. Except the time that I didn't. On that particular day, I was innocently strolling by when I stopped. And I looked. And I took a couple steps back. And there was no one in sight. And I remember I could actually hear the sound of my own heart beating as I looked down and saw myself reflected in that black sludge. And I knew exactly what I should not do. And I did it anyway. I plunged both hands in up to my elbows. And it was thick and slimy and dirty. Basically, it was awesome. And then suddenly, it wasn't awesome. Because I realized how much trouble I was in. The oil clung to everything and it was dripping from my fingertips. So I tried to shake it off and made a much bigger mess. So I began trying to skim it off and wipe it off, and nothing was working. So I ran to the garage where I grabbed a rag that was way too small for the task. So then I snuck back into the house, into the bathroom, where I began to scrub and scrub and scrub with a bar of soap. And the only thing that I managed to do was smear the oil all over myself. And all over the white porcelain sink, and all over the bathroom tile. In trying to clean up my mess, I had made it so much worse. So I did the only thing there was left to do. Dad? I could hear his footsteps in the living room. And then in the hallway. And as he opened the bathroom door, I burst into tears. I was so ashamed. And without a word, he took one of my oil-smeared hands and he led me to the kitchen. And from underneath the sink, he pulled out a bottle of this orange-scented, sandy kind of soap that he squeezed into my hands. And then he stood there with me and he helped me wash away the mess that I'd made. I watched as it disappeared down the drain. Sin makes an ungodly mess. It makes a mess of us. It makes a mess of the things and the people we use to try to clean it up. And it simply cannot be gotten rid of. Unless we're given stronger stuff. And the good news is that when we call out to Jesus for help, he has stronger stuff.